So we are uh, conducting it on the occasion of the International Women Day, and we hope that some of the recommendation that will emerge, that will come out from this today's webinar, maybe a part of recent policy of the government. So the government is also watching it, and hopefully, I think that some of our discussions may be of some use. So, as announced, we are not starting with the mentioned speakers. So we have to make some change because Shobha Kujur is not just now not available. She will be available after 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So first of all, I will request Sri N. Pandey. He is a former I.A.S. and after service he was chairman of the Jharkhand Panchayat. So he will be able to tell us more detail, and I am requesting him to start his presentation. So, Dr. Pandey, please, Sri N. Pandey ji, please, you start, please, your presentation. पांडे साहब आप शुरू करें. आप मेरी बात सुन पा रहे हैं? मेरी आवाज आप तक पहुंच रही है? नहीं पहुंच रही है? हेलो, मेरी आवाज आप तक पहुंच रही है? हेलो, आवाज मेरी पहुंच रही है आप तक? आप शुरू करें. क्या हुआ, कहाँ चले गए ये? हेलो
सर वो
हेलो
नारायण सर
पांडे जी,
वो लॉग आउट करके लॉग इन कर रहे हैं. जस्ट गिव 1 मिनट.
क्या उनका कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया? क्या टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम है?
यस सर, सम प्रॉब्लम इज देयर. सो जस्ट गिव अस 30 सेकंड्स.
तो हम लोग जो अवेलेबल है उनसे शुरू कर लेते हैं. वो ऐसी
जस्ट
जगह पे होंगे.
30 सेकंड. जस्ट गिव 30. Yes, sir, we can start with Professor Debraj sir. I think we are not able to connect with him. So we can request Debraj sir to deliver his remarks.
देवराज जी, now I request you to kindly make your presentation because technically we are not getting connected with Sri N. Pandey ji and Shobha
Okay,
Kujur
no
is on the
problem.
way.
Subhash, can you show the presentation? First slide. Yes, right. So, thank you, Professor Narayan, for the invitation. It's a honor and a pleasure to be with you and speaking to a distinguished audience. Today's topic is very close to my heart, although I am, of course, not a woman. But this is a cause we have been fighting for the last 2 decades. And major part of my professional life, I have fought for Panchayati Raj in various ways. Currently, I am in a university teaching youngsters about the issues of Panchayati Raj. So, thank you once again. Let's go straight into the topic. Uh, if we go back a little in time and look at some of the major policy milestones regarding women political empowerment, firstly, the 73rd Amendment, we all know, included a radical provision that 33% of the seats of Gram Panchayats of the country will have reservation of seats for women. This meant that only women could become the president of such Gram Panchayats. Later on, this reservation policy was extended to 50% uh, in 17 states. As per the latest figure, is that 17 states now have 15% reservation. Over the last 20 years, we have also seen the growth of self help groups in rural areas. According to the latest data of Ministry of Rural Development, there are roughly 90.9 lakh self help groups in the country, which reaches out to more than 10 crore families. We now have Mahila Sabha along with Gram Sabha. That's a mandate for every Gram Sabha so that women can participate more. And in the last 2 years, we have seen that following the localizing SDG policy initiative, there has been 9 thematic areas which, according to which the Gram Panchayats plan, and one of the theme is women friendly Gram Panchayats. Next slide. So, if these were the policy changes, uh, what are some of the field realities? There have been many studies, plus, we have been traveling in the field and we have seen a mixed picture. First, there are many good cases of women successfully performing their leadership roles on their own. But at the same time, there are many cases of women completely absent. GPs ruled by husbands or other male member of the family, which is commonly known as the Sarpanch Pati problem. There are also cases, and I've seen it myself, cases of husband wife combination playing the leadership role. It is also seen that if the leader of the Gram Panchayat has some experience in self help groups or is educated, has some exposure, therefore, with the outside world, she performs better as the president of a Gram Panchayat. Also, uh, perhaps understandably, women from relatively better off families who probably also have exposure, education, so on and so forth, tend to make better presidents. We have also seen, happily, that many civil society organizations are working on the issue for the last 2 decades. I don't want to name all of them. I do, but certainly there are quite a few at the national level and the state level who are working on this particular issue. And nonetheless, It is also true that patriarchal control of women is still quite strong in many states. Uh, we also see that district and block level bureaucrats have the patriarchal mindset. They tend to look down upon these women leaders. आप तो कोटा से आ गए हैं क्या चाहिए बताइए this kind of attitude whenever women go to meet them. And these bureaucrats also do not take strong action against the Sarpanch Pati phenomena. Next slide. Now, what is a woman friendly GP? The recent policy initiative of localizing SDG. Now, Ministry of Panchayati Raj has created a set of indicators for tracking women friendly Gram Panchayats. The link is there. It has all the details, but I'll just summarize. On various issues, there are in total 47 indicators. Now, 15 are for health, 6 for social protection, 3 for participation, 3 for leadership and empowerment, 6 for income generation, 2 for sex ratio, and 6 for education, 5 for crimes against women, and 1 for gender budgeting. So, together, 47 indicators make up the list of indicators that Ministry of Panchayati Raj will be tracking in the coming years to judge whether a Gram Panchayat is women friendly or not. The goal is to have 100% immunization of pregnant women, reduce crimes against women and girls, improve participation of women in economic and socio political and community based activities. Okay, next slide. So, what are the problems? All these is very nice. The ministry is trying to track objectively the progress of women. They are putting emphasis in the plan related to activities on women issues. This is fine, but then there are certain practical problems which we need to be careful about. For example, my own field travel has shown that Gram Panchayats usually do not understand abstract indicators, numerators, denominators, data, and analyze them to mm, visualize the problems of the Gram Panchayats. They are much better at understanding problems visually. She needs a house, he needs warm clothing, that Tola needs an ICDS center, those children are not going to school, etc. Systematic data analysis to understand social reality is not their strong point. And yet, this is one of the requirements of the Gram Panchayat development plan. Then, most of the indicators, and this is the most important problem, most of the indicators are such that the real power is in the hand of the line departments. For example, in the last slide I showed there are indicators related to health, indicators related to education, indicators related to crime against women. But none of these issues are actually in. The Gram Panchayat does not have any power. The health department has the power, the police have the power, the education department has the power. But if the Gram Panchayat has to achieve all these indicators, then it requires convergence with all the line departments at the block and district level. And we know that this has proved to be difficult. In some cases, it is successful, in some other cases, it is not successful. It therefore depends a lot on the block and district administration to be sensitive about the issue and create this convergence so that we can have women friendly gram panchayats as the end result of all these concerted activities. Another realization over the last 20 years or 30 years is that there is lot of need for capacity building of the bureaucracy at the district and block level. There are many bureaucrats at this level who still do not understand what is Panchayati Raj, what is the purpose of Panchayati Raj. They are still skeptical. And if a woman is the president, they are even more skeptical. So, capacity building of such bureaucrats is a necessity, and by capacity, I mean a mindset change along with skill building. I mean, how to do planning is one kind of skill issue, but to be sensitive towards the issues of women is a mindset issue. Both these are important, and if the lower level bureaucracy, starting with the secretaries of the Gram Panchayats, are not sensitive to the issue, then this dream will not be fulfilled. Next, we have also seen across the country wherever there are strong women collectives, whether created by NGOs or whether because of the SHG movement or whatever, there are strong women collectives. They tend to be much more effective in raising women's issues in the Gram Sabha, and therefore formation of such collectives is necessary. Next, as I said earlier, there are some NGOs who have done tremendous work over the last 30 years, but we need many more NGOs. We need hundreds of them across the country who will be working on this issue. It is only then that the Gram Sabhas will be energized, that this idea of women led Gram Panchayats and women friendly Gram Panchayats will become fruitful. And finally, the Shashakt Panchayat Netri Abhiyan, which has just started, is a wonderful initiative. I follow their LinkedIn posts and their YouTube channel posts all the time, and it's very encouraging that central government is putting so much effort into this to highlight the issue, to bring this to limelight, and emphasize the importance of the issue. But that spirit of Abhiyan must show at the block level also, not only at the state level, not only at the district level, but right at the block level. It must show, it must fire up the imagination of the people running the blocks. It is only then that the Abhiyan will be successful, otherwise, it will be all Delhi and all social media. So, thank you. I'll stop here. If there are questions, I'll take the questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Devraj Prasad. Devrajji, uh, you have pointed out very correctly that it has to show at the block level and at the panchayat level that they are getting being effective, and they are trying to do some uh, uh, to empower the women of the village and the panchayat and the block, which is the need of the hour. Very rightly, you said that central government is currently doing something, necessary steps they have taken to make the panchayats real panchayats and women friendly panchayats, so that they can do the development of the women. I also have the experience when the panchayat was started. Then in Bihar, the Jharkhand was part of the Bihar, so I did a study on them at that time, and we found that all the traditional panchayat leaders are the leader of the statutory panchayat, and there is nothing except to say whenever anybody visits, then they show that yes, he is a mukhya of panchayat and all that. But now things are gradually changing. But it needs that the committed people who are committed to the development of the panchayat or for the empowerment of the panchayat, they need to be to revisit and to do the things, because at the panchayat level and at the block level, we do not find it as a women friendly or something which is motivating to the women, because the most of the villages where we worked, the women's primary importance was to get their to a square meal and to get their children educated and to get some sort of employment with this. We, as a policy maker, have suggested that with this program you can run another program through which the women can generate some funds so that they may have some interest in it. Otherwise, it is not doing so. From that perspective, the Society for Empowerment did some work in some panchayats of Gaya, and we are trying to make some economic input day-to-day basis to them with the support of that Kasturba Gandhi Mahila organization, that is which is working throughout the country. And recently they came to meet with the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister of India, and they also did. It's a very good sign that Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Minister, and all those who are interested in women, they are coming together to discuss the program and to make it a reality. So I hope that whatsoever you have said is very correct, and that is the need of the hour. We should concentrate on that. Not that what is happening that whenever all such big NGOs, I'm not speaking against anybody, but this is all about the reality. That's I'm trying to focus. That all the big organizations, they are taking programs or getting programs for this women development through panchayats, and but they are more interested in taking money and not in improving the uh, awareness or the economic empowerment of women or the economic input for the development and sustainability of the panchayat and all that issues which we have written in the different reports. So that needs to be done. I remember the long back, maybe sometime mid 70s, when it was the statutory panchayat was set in those days. It was introduced in the district of Muzaffarpur, and at that time I was doing some work in Muzaffarpur district for panchayat. So I went to one of the panchayat, and she was Lady Mukhia. She got elected, and but she does not know how to put her signature. So how to open an account in the bank was very difficult. So I went there for 3 4 days, and she learned. I was each day when I used to visit her, that panchayat, I used to train her at least to write her name, and she got opened one account, bank account, So we must have commitment for the development of panchayat and for make it women friendly. Then it will be friendly. You also have several such examples with you. You have done that. So with all these, I am very much thankful to you. Now our next speaker is Shobha Kujur. Are you there, Professor Shobha Kujur?
जी
You are
सर,
there or not? She has not come.
मैं अभी पहुंची नहीं हूँ। हेलो।
कहाँ फंस गई? हाँ, कहाँ पे हो?
मैं गाड़ी चला रही हूँ सर, 2 मिनट में साइड करके मैं ये कर रही
तो अभी जो तुम्हारा आवाज जो आ रहा है, तुम चाहो तो ऐसे बोल सकती हो। हम लोग उतने पे काम कर लेंगे। हाँ, 2 मिनट में प्रोग्राम में आ
हूँ।
जाओगे?
जी सर, जी सर आ रहे हैं।
अच्छा ठीक है,
दो
तो
मिनट
2 मिनट तुमको देते हैं। तुम 2 मिनट में आओ। ये शोभा कुजूर हैं, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया that once when I was working on panchayats in Bihar, Jharkhand was at that time part of the Bihar. So that work I initiated. I was asked to do that work by late Sri Jayaprakash Narayan ji. She
Okay.
said that you are working in ISRO doing all this for country, but you come to Bihar and please do it. So when I went there, I started searching the tribals, that how many tribals are really interested in this panchayat. Then that Shobha Kujur, she was the lone women office bearers in panchayat of the Jharkhand state. So I just met her, and she's at that time she had just passed intermediate or matric. Now she is a professor in education in Hazaribagh. So I thought that she will be a better speaker because she comes from the tribal community,
Yes.
and she is also in the university. She has a regular interaction with the youth,
Hmm.
and because she was in panchayat, so she has some interest today also in Panchayat, and she comes from a tribal community that is known as Tana Bhagat. Tana Bhagat
Acha,
is the
acha. Yeah, yeah.
that Tana Bhagat, that is an internationally known tribe. They are the
Hmm.
living Gandhians. I call them
Hmm.
living Gandhians. I published one book also on them,
Hmm.
the living Gandhians. That book is very much available. It was published long back when I was in NHRC. At that time, I wrote from human rights perspective. Now, Shobha Kujur is come up on the screen. So, Shobha Kujur, you would like to say something?
जी सर, जी
कुछ बोलोगी? आवाज मिल रहा है?
जी हाँ बोलेंगे सर।
हाँ तो बोलो।
उनकी
तुम्हारे बारे में हम बता दिए कि तुम बहुत
अरे
बड़ी
तो क्या करवा रही थी?
एक्टिविस्ट हो।
फोन तो कर।
बोलो।
जी, सबसे पहले आप सबों को जोहार। अ, मैं सोची कि मैं बोलने वक्त तक कम से कम पहुंच जाऊं सही समय पे, लेकिन नहीं पहुंच पाई सही जगह पे। तो रास्ते पे ही मैं बगल में खड़ा होकर बोल रही हूँ अपनी गाड़ी में। तो सबसे पहले आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस के अवसर पे मुझे इस मंच पर आमंत्रित करने के लिए मैं प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर सचिंद्र सर को मैं धन्यवाद देती हूँ। और हमारे वक्ता उपस्थित हैं, मैं आप सभी को प्रणाम करती हूँ। इस वर्ष की जो थीम है, सबसे पहले तो थीम से शुरू करती हूँ कि 2025 की जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस की थीम रही है, एक्सलरेट एक्शन, तेजी से कार्य करना है। और मैं जैसे पंचायत प्रतिनिधि रह चुकी हूँ, तो मुझे लगता है कि महिलाओं को आगे आना और अपने लिए, और जो लैंगिक भेदभाव है, घरेलू हिंसा है, जो वेतन असमानता है, इन सारी चीज़ों को लेकर के समय समय पर हमें ये याद दिलाते हैं कि आप अपने लिए भी आवाज़ उठाएं, अपने क्या कहा जाए उसको, समानता के लिए जहाँ भेदभाव है उसके लिए आप आवाज उठाएं। तो अब आती हूँ सबसे पहले महिला अनुकूलन पंचायतें, जो भारत में महिलाएं शासन के स्वरूप को बदल रही है। महिलाओं की बढ़ती हुई राजनीतिक भागीदारी ने सकारात्मक परिणाम दिए हैं। शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य, पोषण और पारिवारिक आय में वृद्धि जैसे विकास संबंधी मुद्दे पंचायती राज संस्थानों के हस्तक्षेप का केंद्र बन गए हैं। महिला प्रतिनिधियों ने दिखाया है कि उनके पास समुदाय के संसाधनों के बारे में महत्वपूर्ण जानकारी होती है। वे समुदाय केंद्रित विकास का नेतृत्व करने में तेजी से सीखती हैं, अधिक समावेशी होती है और धन प्रबंधन में कुशल होती है। इसके बावजूद महिलाएं अभी भी पीआरआई और स्थानीय प्रशासन शासन संरचनाओं से बड़े पैमाने पर बाहर रखी जाती हैं। प्रॉक्सी राजनीति, शक्ति दलाली और लैंगिक भेदभाव जारी है और कई महिलाएं सरपंचों को अपने समुदाय में स्थापित शक्ति केंद्रों को चुनौती देने के लिए अत्यधिक हिंसा का सामना करना पड़ता है। अक्सर पुरुष परिवार के सदस्य जानबूझकर परिवार की महिलाओं को चुनाव लड़ाते हैं, के लिए खड़े करते हैं, ताकि जीतने के बाद महिला आरक्षण के अंतर्गत वे महिला के माध्यम से पीआरआई को नियंत्रित कर सके। तो इस तरह से हम लोग देखते हैं कि महिलाओं की भागीदारी तो महत्वपूर्ण है, लेकिन हर महिला को जो पंचायत प्रतिनिधि बन रही है या फिर पंचायत को हैंडल कर रही है, उनको खुद निर्णय लेने की क्षमता होनी चाहिए, शिक्षित होनी चाहिए, ताकि वो बेहतर तरीके से किसी भी निर्णय को ले सके। और साथ ही हम देखेंगे कि महिला अनुकूलन पंचायतें की विशेषताएं क्या होनी चाहिए। तो एक दो तीन चीजें हैं जो हमें ध्यान देने की आवश्यकता है। सुरक्षित वातावरण में वो रह सकती हैं, अपने अधिकार को पहचानती और प्राप्त करती हैं, निर्णय लेने की प्रक्रिया में भागीदारी होती है, आर्थिक रूप से आत्मनिर्भर होती है। कोशिश तो हर कोई करती है, लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है मैं जब जनप्रतिनिधि थी तो बहुत सारी महिलाओं के जो पति होते हैं वो बढ़ चढ़ करके हिस्सा लेते हैं। मतलब वो वहां पर भी खुद निर्णय नहीं ले पाती हैं। तो मेरे विचार से उनको ये क्षमता होनी चाहिए कि मेरे पंचायत में मुझे क्या डेवलपमेंट करना है, कौन सी चीजों को लागू कराना है, ये सारी चीजें उनको जानकारी होनी चाहिए। उनको ये आत्मविश्वास होना चाहिए कि मैं जो करूंगी वो प्रशासन और ग्राम सभा के माध्यम से जो उचित निर्णय होगा उसको मैं आगे बढ़ा सकती हूँ। और बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो स्थायी विकास लक्ष्यों को स्थानीयकरण देने की, जैसे भारत संयुक्त राष्ट्र के 2030 एजेंडे के तहत 17 सतत विकास लक्ष्यों का हस्ताक्षर करता है। इन लक्ष्यों को जमीनी स्तर पर लागू करने के लिए पंचायतें महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाती हैं। संविधान की 11वीं अनुसूची में सूचीबद्ध 29 विषयों का सीधा अप्रत्यक्ष प्रभाव 17 एसडीएस की प्राप्ति पर पड़ता है। मंत्रालय ने एसडीएजी को 9 विषयों में विभाजित किया है, ताकि पंचायतों को इसे आसानी से अपनाने और लागू करने में सहायता मिल सके। ये जो प्रमुख विषय है महिला अनुकूलन पंचायत के लिए प्रमुख विषय है। तो सबसे पहले हम लेते हैं गरीबी मुक्त और उन्नत आजीविका वाला गांव। दूसरा है स्वच्छ गांव। तीसरा है बाल अनुकूलन गांव, जल संपन्न गांव, स्वस्थ और हरित गांव, आत्मनिर्भर बुनियादी ढांचे वाला गांव, सामाजिक रूप से न्याय संगत और सुरक्षित गांव, सुशासन वाला गांव और महिला अनुकूलन गांव। मतलब कहने का अर्थ है कहीं ना कहीं पंचायती राज व्यवस्था के तहत अगर बहुत सारी छोटी छोटी कार्यों को किया जा रहा है, जहाँ पे हमारी भागीदारी अगर बहुत अच्छे ढंग से हो, तो हम एक गांव को बहुत सुंदर ढंग से चला सकते हैं, एक अच्छे गांव, स्वच्छ गांव बना सकते हैं और हर जो बेसिक सुविधाएं हैं उसको हम ले सकते हैं। आत्मनिर्भर बुनियादी ढांचे वाले गांव बना सकते हैं। सामाजिक रूप से न्याय संगत और सुरक्षित गांव, जहाँ पे महिलाओं को उचित अनुचित और ये सारी चीजों के ऊपर आवाज उठाने का हक हो। और महिलाएं वहां पर अपने आप को फ्रीली प्रस्तुत कर सके, बता सके कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है। क्योंकि बहुत बार ऐसा महसूस होता है कि जो निर्णय ले रही है कहीं ना कहीं किसी के दबाव में ले रही है। तो यहाँ पे दबाव की बात नहीं आनी चाहिए। उनको अगर सही है तो वो स्टैंड होना चाहिए कि ये सही है ये गलत है। तभी हम सही तरीके से पंचायती राज व्यवस्था के तहत महिलाओं की भागीदारी को सुनिश्चित कर सकते हैं। स्थानिक सांकेतिक रूपरेखा के तहत कुछ चीजें हैं जिसे ग्राम स्तर पर हम कर सकते हैं। सबसे पहला है कि महिलाओं और लड़कियों के खिलाफ अपराधों को कम कर सकते हैं। प्रजनन और यौन स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं में सुधार ला सकते हैं। बालिकाओं और महिलाओं में कुपोषण को कम कर सकते हैं। महिलाओं के लिए सामाजिक सुरक्षा योजना को लागू करना, आंगनबाड़ी कार्यक्रम को मजबूत करना, मृत्यु दर को कम करना, नवजात और बाल मृत्यु दर को रोकना, महिलाओं के लिए पूर्ण और उत्पादक रोजगार सुनिश्चित करना, लड़कियों की स्कूल में नामांकन और उपस्थिति सुनिश्चित करना, सभी स्तरों पर शिक्षा में लैंगिक असमानता को प्राप्त करना। महिलाओं की आय में वृद्धि, महिलाओं की राजनीतिक, आर्थिक और सामुदायिक महिलाओं की आर्थिक और प्राकृतिक संसाधनों तक समान पहुंच सुनिश्चित करना, महिलाओं के लिए भूमि स्वामित्व में सुधार, राजनीतिक और निजी क्षेत्रों में महिलाओं की सुरक्षा सुनिश्चित करना, बाल विवाह को रोकना, वरिष्ठ नागरिक महिलाओं के लिए संस्थागत सहायता में सुधार, पंचायतों में लड़कियों और महिलाओं के लिए बजट योजना बनाना। ये सारी चीजें हैं। और महिला सशक्तिकरण के तहत बहुत सारी सरकारी योजनाएं भी चल रही है, जैसे आयुष्मान भारत, प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना, प्रधानमंत्री मातृत्व वंदना योजना, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ योजना, ग्रामीण राष्ट्रीय ग्रामीण आजीविका मिशन। इसके तहत ग्रामीण आजीविका मिशन के तहत तो बहुत सारी महिलाएं जागरूक हो रही हैं। और अभी जैसे बैंकों में बिना हस्ताक्षर का बैंक खाता नहीं खुल सकता है, या फिर उन्हें एटीएम नहीं मिल सकता है। तो ऐसी हालत में महिलाएं थोड़ा अक्षर ज्ञान भी सीख रही हैं जो अनपढ़ रही हैं। तो इस तरह से बहुत सारी चीजों पे सरकार काम करी। और मैं पंचायती राज व्यवस्था को सबसे पहले धन्यवाद दूंगी कि सबसे पहला ये जो ये है कहा जाए कि क्षेत्र है जहाँ पे महिलाओं को आरक्षण दिया गया है कि वो अपनी प्रतिनिधित्व करें। मैं इतना ही कहकर मैं सभी को धन्यवाद देती हूँ। आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस के अवसर पर हम सभी मिलकर के महिलाओं की समस्या को हल करने की कोशिश करें और एक अच्छा इन्वायरमेंट तैयार करें। बहुत बहुत जोहार।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद शोभा कुजूर इसमें अपने विचार को रखने के लिए। और तुम्हारा तो तुम तो अभी तो निकल जाओगी ना, फिर आगे बढ़ जाओगे। हाँ, तो यहाँ
मैं
पे
सुन रही
रुकोगी?
हूँ सर सबके, मैं सर सुन रही हूँ,
अच्छा
गाड़ी में मेरा चल रहा है, मैं सुन रही हूँ, लेकिन ड्राइव करने वक्त मुझे थोड़ा दिक्कत होगा कि वो मैं वीडियो ऑन कर
अच्छा,
पाऊँ।
ठीक है ठीक है।
तो
अगर कोई प्रश्न है तो शोभा कुजूर क्योंकि इसके बाद उपलब्ध नहीं होंगी, तो उनसे प्रश्न आप कर सकते हैं, चाहे हमारे व्यूअर हों या फिर हमारे जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, स्पीकर हैं, वो जो भी कोई प्रश्न उनके साथ हो तो पूछ सकते हैं। क्योंकि वो ऐसी जनजातीय समुदाय से आती है जिन्होंने गांधी जी के लिए कि एक गीत के को सुन करके वो सब गांधीवादी हो गए और आज भी पूरा गांधीवादी हैं। सुबह से शाम तक का जो उनका डेली रूटीन है वो सब गांधी जी के तरह ही है, वो वही करते हैं जो गांधी जी किया करते थे। तो इनके यहाँ शादी विवाह भी होता है तो कोई लेन देन नहीं होता है, और इनका सुबह दिन की शुरुआत ही गांधी की प्रार्थना से करते हैं वो, और समापन भी दिन का उसी से होता है। जो उपजाते हैं वही खाते हैं, घर से बाहर पानी भी नहीं पीना चाहते हैं। अब उसे परिवर्तन जो हो रहे हैं उसके हिसाब से थोड़ा बहुत परिवर्तन इनमें हो रहा है, लेकिन ये अभी भी वैसे ही हैं। इसलिए मैं समझता हूँ कि मैंने इनको इसलिए बुलाया कि यह एक लिविंग एग्जाम्पल रहेंगी, और जहाँ कहीं भी ज़रूरत होगी सरकार में या फिर ऐसे किसी और दूसरी मीटिंग में, तो ये वहाँ हम लोगों के लिए आने पर, पहले से बता देने पर उपलब्ध रहेंगी, और इनके अनुभवों का, क्योंकि खुद भी रही हैं, हम लोग लाभ उठा सकेंगे। तो कोई अगर प्रश्न है, किन्हीं का भी कोई प्रश्न है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये फिर चली जाएंगे, और नहीं तो फिर अगर कोई प्रश्न नहीं है तो हम लोग आगे बढ़ें। देवराज जी, आपका कोई प्रश्न है? इनसे कुछ जानकारी लेना चाहते हैं या फिर इनसे अलग से
नहीं,
बात कर लेंगे?
अलग से बात कर लेंगे, हाँ।
ठीक है, हम लोग अलग से बात कर लेंगे एक मीटिंग
हाँ।
करके फिर से। तो अब हमारे पास श्री एन पांडे जी, जो आईएएस रहे हैं और पढ़ने लिखने में बहुत रुचि रखते हैं। अभी भी वो बहुत समय पढ़ने में और लिखने में देते हैं, और सोसाइटी फॉर एम्पावरमेंट का जो एक मैगजीन निकलता है प्रारंभ, उसके वो एडिटर हैं। और आप देखते होंगे, प्रारंभ को निकलते हुए 2 साल हो गया है, और प्रारंभ का सर्कुलेशन अभी 2000 से ऊपर है। उसके जो एनुअल मेंबर हैं वो लगभग 2000 के हैं, और सर्कुलेशन में कुछ और हो जाता है तो मेरा ख्याल हो रहा है कि वो 2000 से ऊपर चला गया है। तो इतने कम समय में इतना सर्कुलेशन, ये दर्शाता है कि हमारे देश में आज भी लोगों को अगर कोई सीरियस मैगजीन दीजिए, सीरियस जर्नल, हम लोग इसका नाम इसलिए नहीं देते हैं, दिया है कि रिसर्च जर्नल लिखिए तो फिर उनका अलग पैराफर्नेलिया है, यूजीसी जाइए, आईसीसीआर जाइए। तो हमने कहा कि चुपचाप इन सब चीज़ों से किनारे होकर, क्योंकि मेरा कमिटमेंट तो काम करना है, लोगों को बताना है कि देश की क्या स्थिति है और इसके विकास के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, वो हम लोग करते हैं। इसलिए वो सब पैराफर्नेलिया में नहीं गए हैं, तो इसलिए ये हैं, ये करते हैं। तो उसमें उसके ऊपर भी कोई प्रश्न हो तो वो बता सकते हैं। तो श्री एन पांडे जी, आपको मेरी आवाज़ मिल रही है?
हाँ, आपकी आवाज आ रही, लेकिन मेरी आवाज आपको मिल रही कि नहीं?
हाँ, मिल रही है आपकी आवाज़, आपकी
ठीक
आवाज़
है,
मिल रही है। तो
ठीक है,
अब
तो फिर हम
बिना,
अपना जो वक्तव्य है प्रारंभ करते हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल करें आप।
So, I especially congratulate Society for Empowerment for organizing this very relevant program today, because today is International Women's Day, which is being celebrated worldwide, and its theme is Accelerate Action. जो एक्शन है उसको एक्सिलरेट करने के बारे में है, और इसका एम है टू प्रमोट जेंडर इक्वलिटी and empowering women and girls worldwide. Now, the founding fathers of our constitution has in the backup of their mind that grassroots level democracy has to be strengthened through PRIs, and therefore under directive principles of state policy it was mentioned in the constitution that a state will take efforts to energize the three-tier Panchayati Raj system, and its fruition is 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992, which mandated that 33% reservation of women in PRIs would be effected. Later on, certain state governments took extra effort, and this limit was increased to 50%. And as on today, there are 20 states and union territories which have provided 50% reservation to women, including scheduled caste and scheduled tribe and backward classes. Now, this amendment, of course, has institutionalized the PRI system, because it has created the apparatus of a state election commission, a state finance commission, and it has mandated that every 5 years election will necessarily be conducted of all PRIs at all levels, be it village, be it blocks, that is mandals, or the districts. Now, this being the situation, one has to see that women participate in great numbers, and just to ensure that Article 243D was inserted in the Constitution. As a result, as of now, we have 1.4 million, which is a staggering number, 1.4 million elected women representatives in the country. But women's role in PRIs has to be seen in terms of its objectives, as to what extent these objectives have been fulfilled. Now, they have to not only to ensure participation in elections, but effectively contribute towards schemes pertaining to rural development. They have to be very active in decision making. They have to act as proactive agents of social change. They have to play their role in reducing corruption and malpractices, violence against women, which is prevalent in certain uh, districts and localities. This also has to be addressed effectively. Reduction of violence against Dalits and vulnerable groups. They have to play an active role, and they have to be active participants in democracy. Now, there are so many challenges. Challenges are that we have a patriarchal, masculine, male dominated society. And these women, most of them are contesting election for the first time. They are not adequately competent. They suffer from inadequate capacity. Then, of course, there are other system which all of us are aware that a woman is elected, but she is not the decision maker. Rather, he is her husband, be it Panchayat Pati or Mukhiya Pati, who is the de facto decision maker, because most of these women don't have the leadership skills. So that is another challenge. Then there are communication issues, because still we have a very low literacy rate amongst women in certain areas. And of course, there is lack of security, and they have the dual responsibility of actively discharging their role in Panchayat Raj institutions, as well as to take care of their domestic responsibility. So these are the constraints. But Ministry of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, and also the Hyderabad Institute, that is NIRD, National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, has been very proactive in capacity building and in providing conducive environment to these elected women representatives. Of course, the training module, it has deliberation on issues relating to empowerment of women and functioning of Panchayat Raj institutions. Uh, During the training, there is, knowledge is imparted on various legislations which are relevant to the functioning of Panchayati Raj institutions and which pertain to protection of women, child, and vulnerable sections. Then the practical knowledge regarding monitoring of asset creation and public works in villages and districts. So how to monitor these works, some skill is imparted. And of course, dairy farming, e-banking, and functioning of self-help groups, etc., come in for major discussion. Then leadership skills, that is very important. So this is also training is imparted to them to develop leadership skills. And if we go by the impact is really very positive. And so many case studies have been conducted. I was going through one case study in Karimganj district of Assam, where women participation in PRIs has been shown to be on the increase in every ongoing election. NIRD, that is National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Hyderabad, it has completed about 32 case studies, and there are some ongoing ones, and interspersed in different districts of the country. Uh, all these studies, the undercurrent is that through PRIs, mainstreaming of these women representatives is being achieved, and that they are putting up their thoughts into proper words, and they can go fearlessly amongst before the officials and put their points of view. So, and of course, there is a sense of self respect and self esteem which is emerging amongst women. So, we would say that through Panchayati Raj institutions, not only gender issues are being addressed effectively, but it is giving to these women a sense of, self-esteem, and also the courage to express themselves effectively in all the fora. So, and even institutions like IIM Ahmedabad have taken up courses, and they are imparting training to such elected women representatives, which is having a very positive impact. All in all, I would say that PRIs have been very useful in imparting women empowerment and making the democracy at the grassroots level more vibrant, more meaningful, more relevant to the society. And this is a very welcome development. And the SDGs which we are aiming to achieve, I think, are being localized and getting achieved through PRIs. So, as I see it, in the days to come, we will find more vibrance, more activity, and more voice, effective voice, coming through PRIs amongst women for issues which are most relevant to the society. So, with these words, I think I would end my talk, and I am available for any discussion or query or question, if any.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sri Pandey ji. You have made a very, you have given a very good picture of Panchayat from the very beginning and how people are now taking interest in Panchayat. So that's one aspect which we were expecting from you. And we hope that in future also you will be guiding us. As you know that Society for Empowerment is committed for the to empower the women and the children in the rural India. So these things are coming. Now there is one question: social transition with the education of women along with present positive government scheme making Atmanirbhar India. So this is a question from whom and to whom? This question is meant for whom?
I think this is more a comment than a question.
Okay, okay, we can
Yes,
take it.
yes, Dev Gupta sir. Devraj sir,
Okay then.
yes, you are correct. It's a general
Okay, then
observation.
that's a
General.
general observation. Okay then. Then if there is, we are thankful to the media, especially the electronic media and also the print media who always takes interest in our program and then make presentation of all those things globally and to the especially to the YouTube and then there is another gender responsive budget. Only how to prepare a gender responsive budget. Devraji, is that also a comment or a question? I think it
I
is a
think
question.
this looks more like a question.
Question.
Well, gender responsive budget, if you mean in the context of the Gram Panchayat, it means that addressing women's issues within the Gram Panchayat plan.
Mm,
Now, that's what I was discussing, that there is now a provision for women friendly Gram Panchayat, and there are specific indicators according to which the Gram Panchayat has to initiate activities and allocate funds from the
yes,
um, budget it has, mainly from CFC but also from other sources. And also, it is important that it links up and collaborates with various other line departments such as health, women and child, and others, so that there can be many activities in the Gram Panchayat which will improve the condition of women of the Gram Panchayat. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Should I take that?
Yes, you can take it.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Women issue is a mindset issue. Do we need social and educational activities? Certainly. This is where I said that formation of women collectives have proved to be very useful in different parts of the country, where women together have raised their voice in Gram Sabha or elsewhere. And we have also seen when a female president has come with a background of education and some kind of a collective experience, SHG or something else, they have performed a lot better. So it is definitely a social issue, and it is a social issue where men have to be involved. It's not just
Yes,
a women's issue.
right. Okay then. Any other observation or note? Okay. Then, Devaraji, I am very much thankful to you that you gave us this much of time and took
No, no, it's
interest in.
always a pleasure.
So when in near future when we go for this kind of program, we will again contact you
Sure.
and request you, and please do come whenever we need it. because there are very few people who are working in true sense of the term for the real development of the panchayat, and especially the women, because they deserve our share from our experiences of working for last more than 50 years in this field. So whatsoever experience we have, we are very much available to share. Anybody can ask individually to Debraj or to me also, or to Sri N. Pandey ji, to Shobha Kujur, whenever they have any questions, whenever they want any advice, that we are ready to do that. So with all this, we are very much thankful to the media, print and electronic, and to all those people who watched us, and also to YouTube and to the other people who are watching us, the other institutions from abroad. So we, Society for Empowerment, is very much thankful to all of them. So once again, thank you very much for watching this program. If you have any suggestion, you are most welcome. You can send us on our email. So thank you very much again. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.